Yes, I have Raph with Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms in the
How you
house.
doing?
Oh yeah, how are you doing, my
Good.
man?
I'm doing great today. Yeah, we had Nindorf and I had a good day, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, let's talk about why you had a good day. And by the way, we got Shody in the house, and my son Elisha, while my other son has a silver dollar stuck literally in his esophagus on his way to the hospital. Anyways, okay,
Glad
so
he's doing okay. Yeah.
I know, right? Whoops. So when we actually let's just go to the map. Let's talk about why you and Neindorf had a good day. Look at
Yeah,
what.
so we've been watching the land prices slowly and or over the last few weeks, and we had to pick one up. Now, it's one of those things where you're kind of really gambling on the long term of the game, but I felt that the 50,000 jewel mark, that there's a couple parcels of land going for about that much
Right?
over the last week that have been there,
No, I
and
saw
one of
that.
them got scooped up today, and that kind of put a little fear in our hearts, and we
Yeah.
scooped up the other one.
And isn't this the one that's closer to the castle?
Yeah, this one is pretty close to the castle.
Yeah.
So,
Then the other
yeah.
$50,000 or 50,000 jewel one.
Yeah, the other one was, I think, yeah, it was still in, like, if you click on them, it'll say like region 0 or region 1. And
Okay.
so they were still the same region. I guess you see that when you're in the castle view.
Okay. I'll go to the castle. Okay. Should I hit view all land?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
And then you can see like what region they are. So our speculation is that, anything that falls into region 0 will have, quote unquote, the same level of benefits. Region 1 would have the same level of benefits. Now, time will tell.
Okay, right
We
here.
don't know that.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, we're pretty excited. So, we talked about our last podcast with the Bauxite Chat crew. Those guys are awesome,
Shout out to
amazing.
Boxside Chats. I love
Yeah,
those guys.
the
Yeah.
reckless speculation is so much fun.
Hmm.
We're really starting to try to wrap our minds around guilds and what that might look like in the future. I think there's a real future for PvP in this game and even PvE, and being very guild centric or guild based. If you go and read the docs on the roadmap, and it talks about the phases, the next phase on the roadmap in the docs right now is buildings, and it
Yes.
talks about buildings being on land, and the buildings that you construct will make basically all of your in-game functions, or select in-game functions, probably depending on what you invest in, more efficient. And it's like, who doesn't want their heroes to quest faster? Who doesn't want increased odds of eggs? And I'm just recklessly speculating, obviously.
Right.
Or more strength, or to be able to host a tournament for combat or something like
Yeah.
that.
Hosting tournaments, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and so what really got us thinking about this is right now, there's only 50 lands that have been, well, it's like 52 that have been actually parceled out, and I believe there's only about 100 that you can see visually on the map right now, and they have confirmed that Sarandale will have 1,000 lands, and
Okay.
that Crystalville, each expansion will have a quarter of what the main game had to begin with, and so Crystalville will probably have another 250 lands.
Okay.
And if you think about that, that's half of what the committed Gen Zero hero count is. And so already lands will be more rare than your Gen Zeros. And
Okay.
so something that just kind of had our wheels turning and our brains thinking is, what's going to happen someday? And we took a flyer on this one. Admittedly, we're giving up, both of us were in the Sarandale Gardens, which are pretty juicy rewards right now with all that unlocked jewel. And so we're giving up a pretty high opportunity cost, but we'll see how things go. And I'm hoping, because we're done with phase 3, and granted, the team does have to move the game Sarandale over to the Clayton network. But I think I think we're starting to get close to materials and buildings and actual land use. Now, this is just what we're, what we're doing. So not financial advice, but hopefully this, we get some more people excited about, guilds, and we're actually thinking about, maybe starting to come up with some ideas on what would it look like if, Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms actually started a guild.
Right. Okay. Okay. So explain what a guild is. Like, to me, all I know what a guild is like I'm in these different, they call themselves guilds.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a great one here. Pirates Den, that's a private one. You have to be invited. And then Crypto Baby H, baby. You
Yeah.
shout out their utility or Unity guild. Okay. So, but what really is a guild?
I mean, right now it feels like it's a group of people. Now, I believe some of the guilds are, they have access to questing bots, or they have access to
Right.
in guild trading, or maybe even the use of other Gen Zero guild members, or other guild members Gen Zero heroes, that gives you access to more a wider summoning pool.
Yeah.
So I think there's some of those things that exist out there in those guilds. However, most of those benefits are outside of the game. right now, there's no in-game benefits to a guild, but this has been something, if you've been paying attention to the AMAs, that Frisky has been talking about trying to incorporate in-game guild features, whether it's chat or, and I believe in one of the AMAs he referenced that it would be a third party, not a third party, it would be an off-chain resource for chatting for guilds, but you would use your MetaMask add-on, in your Chrome browser, whatever you're using, and so you would use your wallet address, which would then link you to the guild that you have. So you could chat almost like a Discord. It would, be another just another option to connect with your guildmates.
Okay, I love it. I know. Okay, so I was always confused, and so I guess it's not necessarily the same for all guilds, because some guilds, they get way more involved.
Right.
More things you can do. Okay.
And I don't even know, because I'm not a part of a guild right now.
Okay.
But we're thinking about kind of starting to form at least the loose boundaries around one. But I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of in-game benefits when it comes to guilds. And hopefully, I think what everyone's pointing towards is, either group guilds doing your PvE.
Yeah.
A lot of people come from the World of Warcraft background, and so raids, or even like a Clash of Clans background where it's like guilds versus other guilds. And so it's like, I want to go send my best 9 heroes from my guild against Unity's best heroes and their 9 heroes there. And then you have bragging rights.
Right. And you could do tournaments and have a bunch of guilds.
Right.
All the best guys in those guilds going up against each other. So fun. Yeah. Neindorf was also talking about with lands, we're going to be traveling, especially with the PvE. And, he thinks you can take a shortcut and take a little fee.
Yeah. That's been his shtick for a while. I absolutely have to give him credit for it. And I think he's spot on that, you're going to be able to, traveling is going to have a cost to it eventually, or you won't be able to have multiple heroes in the same place at the same time. And you're going to have to say, am I going to send this hero to this tournament? Or am I going to go to the special fishing quest that's going on where I can catch a mythic bloater and I only have the next 7 days? And, whatever it is, I have a feeling that you're going to have to start making some real decisions. And our hope is that lands play a role in, it's almost like you could charge people a toll. It's like, all right, yeah, you can use the roads on my land. It'll get you from point A to point B faster. But it's going to cost you, something like 10 jewel or, some small incremental amount.
Or some gold.
Gold. Yeah, for sure.
Right. I mean, it's so exciting. So let's keep the reckless speculation, as you call it, going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love it. So I could just see this game encompassing everything that Roblox, everything that, or I don't know about Roblox, Minecraft, and all the different styles of games, all being encompassed into one game. Maybe not Minecraft, so we were talking about this. With Legends of Zelda, you got PvP and PvE, essentially all going to be encompassed into this. And it's going to be like a history book being written with multiple. It's not just everyone plays Legends of Zelda and the same thing happens for everybody. You got to beat the same levels, do the same things.
Got that Deku tree. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this is like a metaverse happening of a million different things happening, heroes doing all kinds of different things.
Right.
So much upside here.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, man. And the tournaments, you got to quest your way to a tournament. So and collect items along the way and make weapons for the tournament. And then you get to the tournament. It was like a week-long journey. And golly, can you imagine? Do you think it'll be 3D? That's what my kids were asking. Do you think PvP will be 3D?
I'm guessing,
style?
If this game becomes like a staple and it becomes, I think there's, real reckless speculation, like the outside chance that, maybe this becomes like as big as Facebook, something like that.
Yeah.
Or, even something like League of Legends or Fortnite. Yeah. I think if you start getting to that kind of size, that maybe the team could eventually, start investing in that. I think it'll stay pretty 2D for a long time. Now, that is something that they have talked about. Now, they haven't talked about it in like 10 months, it feels like. But at one point in time, they talked about actually being able to play your avatar and walk through the world of these towns and actually like interact with the heroes or the NPCs. So I know it's something they thought about. I would just guess that it's on, the farthest of the back burners that they have right now.
Yeah, they're just trying to survive. I mean, this game hinges on the success of how these devs pull through.
Right.
And they've proven themselves to be unbelievably resilient. All the hell they've been through, so many different things. And Frisky Fox almost fell on his own sword. And he's just I take it.
It's scary. It's a scary world out there.
Right. Well, and can you imagine being in his shoes? So correct me if I'm wrong. This is how I see the situation. First, you had the issue with the white paper. The wallet address was Dreamer's wallet address that was listed on the white paper, but it actually, the real wallet address was his buddy's, who supplied $50,000 of liquidity initially, and he just forgot to update the white paper. Is anything I just said wrong?
That is correct.
Okay. So he started this project from literally nothing.
And he went out and got investors, which
No
you're supposed to
investor.
do. Well, he went out, he got outside money, which makes sense. Everyone
That's his
does that
buddy.
who starts a company. Yep, that's his
That's
buddy.
like his buddy providing liquidity.
And my understanding of what happened is what was written in the white papers is that initial liquidity has to stay there because that is part of the treasury to the game. And so there was rules around. They wrote in rules for their white papers that are like anti-rug rules that are that liquidity has to stay there until I think it's like time locked for something.
Well,
now,
I specifically remember this. Frisky Fox said that he asked his buddy if he was okay with just relinquishing that pool.
Yeah.
And his buddy said yes.
So I think what the rub was though is that the liquidity is that and this was in the gray area, is that wallet claimed garden rewards on that initial liquidity. Now, there is nothing in the white paper that actually states that they cannot gain any rewards. And so like they hit the claim button on their gardens, essentially.
Right. And he was also questing heroes.
Right.
His buddy was questing heroes. He was just playing the game. He left the liquidity in the whole time. Yes, he was claiming rewards, cashing out, and he cashed out like millions of dollars.
Right.
And then Frisky Fox asked him, this is back in early May, are you good with letting this go? And the guy said yes. So what ended up happening with that liquidity?
My guess is it became. Now, I've not done the research on this, so I have no idea. My guess is it just like stayed a part of the treasury funds or got absorbed into the treasury funds. I would guess it would do something like that.
Well, or I thought even maybe it was just going to be burned away. Maybe
maybe I have no idea.
Maybe I should create an AMA question for that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly could.
I was really wondering because I know the team had a ton of locked jewel. Do you know what percentage of all the locked jewel is the team's? I've heard it over 50%. I've heard 10%, but no one really knows.
I have no idea. I would guess it's a lot closer to the 50% number than the 10% number.
So the team is actually taking a hit, knowing that they're letting the more valuable token is jewel. And so they're actually relinquishing the locked jewel into
with the proposal.
Yeah, essentially, because what we're getting for locked jewel is locked crystal and locked the other token. It's going to be on the Clayton blockchain. So essentially what's happening is that jewel's being replaced by crystal because everyone's moving everything to Crystalville right now. And Crystalville's, I thought, would kind of become the main hub. But what do you think on that?
I think they're playing the long-term game with this. This is of course reckless speculation, but I don't think Jewel, like if Jewel gets up to 50 cents, like I'll be ecstatic.
Yeah.
I for one. But I think they're playing the long-term game of what if Jewel gets to $1 or what if Jewel gets to $2 or even higher than that, or what if it gets, because it is it's a deflationary token now. And so I think they're playing the super long game of, hey, we all know we're in it for the long haul. So this X Jewel becomes worth a whole lot more if we stick it out for 5 years and just consider it like a vested interest that slowly gets stronger over time.
Right. But
I bet that's their approach.
That's the thing.
Right.
They're losing it.
Oh, that's locked jewel. Yeah, the locked jewel.
Okay. So the team also has a bunch of X Jewel, of course.
Right.
That's locked because they have rules. So I just saw it as total FUD. I just started today the DeFi Kingdoms for Beginners course. I'm going to have 10 videos, baby, for adoption.
Love it.
Fucking baby steps, through.
It's so much easier than it was like a year ago too. Like with Ramp now that you can actually get your funds into the game.
Yes.
It's nice. Yeah.
Okay. Do you use that?
All the time.
So
yeah, of course. I don't save money. What's a 401k?
Okay. So how do you use it? Where do you go?
Go to the docs.
Docs. Hello. Docs. Doc Master. Buy one on Ramp.
Yeah. So if you haven't, no, initially it's a bit of a setup,
Okay.
but no different than any other
Okay.
crypto. If you're on Binance, if you're on crypto.com, you got to docs, you got to take a picture of your license, you got to put in
Okay.
your bank account information.
Okay.
So then you have to essentially put in a debit card.
Yeah.
They won't take a credit card.
It
You have
won't
to do a
take
debit card. And I would imagine you could set up an account with the bank account too.
Okay.
You go through that user account setup, which is a bit time consuming, but it's at least like where everyone's used to like setting up a bank account or setting up a
Right.
credit card, or so it at least is that kind of style of familiar process.
I
Once you do that, it is about a 4-click process. It is incredibly dangerous. It is like a 4-click process to get money into the game.
Okay. What is the fees?
The fees aren't that bad. It's like and like I think you can kind of see what it is right there. And I paid attention to it the first few times I did it, and now I'm just like mindlessly throwing money
Okay.
into the game. So it's
So there's a ramp fee.
yep, and that's it.
Is it the same with the checking account or credit card, or you're not sure if?
So it's not, you can't use a credit card. It would
Right.
be
Debit
just a
card.
debit card.
Okay.
So yeah, there would be then no other fees on top of that.
So it depends on the payment method. Interesting. So it's gonna make me set up. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so you
gonna do
enter in
this.
your email address, and
Yeah.
then it's
You set it
pretty
all up, license, all
pretty
that
easy
stuff.
peasy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna do that because I remember when they first announced that, and I was real happy to see that. And I looked at it for a second, but I was like, I don't need to use it, so I never looked further into it because that's so important.
Yeah.
User adoption, making it easy.
Now, one note for you and any new users out there, the AVAX, if you're on Crystalville, there's one additional step. And so if you bring money in, you don't, your ramp, you can't actually bring money in directly into the DeFi Kingdoms chain.
Okay.
You actually you bring it into what's called C chain.
Okay.
And so you can set up C chain on your MetaMask just like you would another network, just like you did originally for DeFi Kingdoms on Avalanche on their own DeFi Kingdoms chain. And so then what you could do is
now, because guess what? So when you first set up your MetaMask, look at this. All you got to do is click it
right there.
It adds it for you.
That
you don't have to copy and paste all this stuff in.
That is incredible.
Right. That was
so there's one extra step to take it from C chain. But once it's there on C chain, if you go back to the docs in Crystalville.
Okay, I'm here.
And click bridge tokens.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you can select, instead of coming from DeFi Kingdoms, if you click that drop down, you can click from Avalanche C chain.
Yes.
And so boom, that's where
literally will just actually add your network.
That is great. Yeah. So then if you loaded it from ramp into C chain, it shows up there. The first time that I loaded AVAX in, I was like, this is great. I was like, it's been 30 minutes. It's not in the game. I got rugged. What's going on? It's like, no, you dummy. It's just, it's over on the C chain. So you just got to do one more step.
That's right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And you can also use, even easier, is the Synapse.
Yeah.
Because this is actually what is this product right
is
here.
What's running in the back end. Yeah.
Built into the game. And this is like, this will literally, look, it'll just add the network for you as well.
Oh,
you go to Binance Smart Chain, all these different chains, all kinds of coins.
So much easier. I have not done it directly through Synapse. That seems even better.
Oh, and it's like phenomenal, easy, all of it. But either way, I mean, it's just awesome. I love the Synapse bridge. So what's the risk of this thing being hacked, do you think? Because that's a huge risk for us with being on the DFK chain.
Yeah.
What do you think there?
I mean, I think it's a risk. The team acknowledged it in over the kind of not the last AMA, but the one before that, in their notes. And the way that they're speaking about the Synapse team now, I think it's kind of interesting, is they keep calling them like a partner in the same way that they would call the guys over at Ava Labs and the guys at Clayton Chain partners. So I hope they're doing their due diligence and checking in on the security and reviewing actually what the security measures that Synapse is doing to take into account. It warmed my heart to see that like the week that it was announced that DeFi Kingdoms was going over to Clayton, just watching the Twitter buzz on Clayton, they were holding a hackathon. And so, who knows how effective that is, but they're giving away like $1 million in prizes to invite people to try to hack their network. And if you can hack them, then you could earn up to $1 million in prizes. And so just the fact that they're doing measures like this, I think is a sign of a thriving chain. And so that was on Clayton. right around the time when they made the announcements. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But in terms of what Synapse is doing, I mean, I really don't have a lot of information there. I'm fortunate that I'm in a position where while I am still throwing money into the game like a fool, I was able to get out enough at the earlier part of the year that, I'm very fortunate that I was able to go pay off my student loans.
Wow.
And so, I got out of, a mountain of debt. So I feel like I'm money ahead right now. And I'm only investing what I can lose at this point. And as Jules starts to go up again in the future, or Crystal or Clayton or whatever it's going to be, I'm going to try to come up with a more intentional strategy when it comes to laddering your profits and taking money out of the game as the coin is going up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, not me, baby. If I'm like mindlessly irresponsible with my money here. We're just we're putting every last penny in that.
Well, it's like if you listen to my actions instead of my words, that's what you'd be seeing right now.
I know, right? And then, so either this thing's going to fail or it's going to succeed.
Right.
I mean, it's just kind of how, I guess it could kind of halfway succeed. I don't think this thing's going to just halfway succeed.
Yeah.
I think the potential to have $100 jewel is very, very, very realistic here. I think the potential to even have $1,000 jewel 5 to 10 years down the road is absolutely.
Yeah, I think that, could a Synapse hack take it all down at a Clayton hack and an Ava Labs hack? Yes, we're in that world. It feels like the Wild West sometimes when people are running away with crypto.
Right. People are actually stupid enough to do that.
Right.
All they're doing is putting a curse on their own head.
Right.
They're hacking. They're going to be caught. It's going to happen. They're going to get busted either tomorrow or 5 years down the road, whenever it happens.
And then you better hope that a government agency locks you up.
Oh, yeah. No,
then you better hope that's what happens. And so anyways, it feels like, though, that and I don't know, maybe this is just my, I've been infected by the Kool-Aid, and I've been watching too many Crypto Grady YouTube videos to get me all hyped on this, but it feels like we're gaining traction now. Like if the game was going to fail, I feel like it would have been like you said, the Frisky FUD event, or it would have been the Harmony Bridge hack, or it would have been just, Harmony pulling out their commitment to investments in studios, or just the general crypto winter that we're in. So, it feels like this game had a lot of opportunities to just die, and for the founders to crawl away and take whatever scrapings they earned and just go retire. But they haven't. And they keep, guess what? Instead of doing that, like most other projects I've been a part of, I used to be a part of so many different projects like Substratum. You heard of that one? Awesome team, amazing project, all kinds of good things going on. They were like, just massive vision. And then they just died. Like the coin is zero. They're not hardly in existence. It's unbelievable. Dang. That wasn't a scam project at all. Okay. And they didn't go through 1/1,000,000th of what this project has gone through. So the resilience that they're showing is phenomenal. It's so exciting to me. So it's great.
Most all other projects would have absolutely unequivocally died at this point. So the fact that we not only have we not see them die, they've gained phenomenal partnerships with this Wisdom Gaming. I think they have the largest, correct me if I'm wrong, the largest arena in the country for esports gaming competitions.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
I'm pretty sure.
That is neat.
So I just want to verify if it's actually the largest one. I'm pretty sure. Maybe even in the world. Not sure about that. And I think they're like in Pennsylvania or something.
They're in Minneapolis.
Or Minnesota. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They got a big arena, right?
Yeah. I think their headquarters is like in Mall of America.
Okay. And so like people go there and watch competitive gaming tournaments happening.
Yeah.
Like sit in the stands.
Right.
Okay. So we're also talking maybe in the 2024 Olympics, esports gaming as a sport, Olympic sport. Right.
That's why they're getting the Clayton Network involved. I mean,
so for sure by
Asia is so far ahead of the United States when it comes to esports being a staple of what they do. So I mean, I think it's such a smart play getting the Clayton Network involved.
I know, right? So all this is actually happening, and all the fire that they've been through has just caused them to become more resilient, more organized, have a deeper, stronger foundation with stronger partners and more progress happening. One of the fastest developments in all of crypto. We're a year in. Look at all that they've done. So when we're just talking esports, baby,
Mhm.
So gaming, like, is the biggest one League of Legends?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be the biggest one, right?
Or
So
Fortnite, right?
or Fortnite,
Yeah.
for like competitive esport competition gaming, like professional gaming. I think it's League of Legends.
League of Legends
Or Fortnite. Okay, so that's going to be potentially in the Olympics. I think maybe even this next one, but I think for sure by the 2028 Olympics, we will have esports gaming as an Olympic sport. Okay, and so just imagine the upside. And on this, we don't only have the DeFi Kingdoms team developing, we also have other outside developers developing games upon games that can happen. I want to hear all about Fight Club. Maybe that's a different video. We still haven't even gotten to your project that you've developed here.
We got to save Fight Club for another video. We got so much. We have so much good stuff going on there.
Oh my gosh, I could literally do 4-hour, 5-hour long videos. No kidding. Nonstop, baby. But and I have so much more content I even want to talk about outside of even the beginners video series I'm doing now. Okay, it's like, should I pause the beginners series to talk about these different things? Okay, so as I talked about, the main thing I've been using, is this market data. Okay, and so what's free about this site that almost everybody uses is the hero data. Okay, and you can just enter your hero ID, view, and there's your hero. It gives you all the details. Then you can enter another hero's ID. Let's just, okay, when you compare, it gives all the ins and outs of the hero. And I'm going to cover this. I've already covered it in other videos, but it also gives us summoning chances. This is just a phenomenal tool. Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, everybody uses this. Well, guess what? They also have, as I've talked about, they have other benefits. If you want to pay, they have other resources on this website. Okay, and to pay, it's a sliding scale, right? So if you just want to pay like 30 Joule, you calculate that. It tells you how much that is. That's $5.40, 30 Joule, and that'll give you 8.6 days of access to this tool. But look, if you add another 0, is that 10 times? Is it going to give us 10 times more time?
It's we had to make, us engineers, we had to make it pretty complicated. So it's a bit of an exponential curve. And so, yeah, the more time you put in, it will start to multiply. And, we actually had a few team members or a few guild, kind of quasi Discord team members. We were going through payment transition systems and we said, all right, well, this week we're ending our old system. We're starting our new system next week. And so if you ever wanted to buy a lifetime membership, do it now. And we had a couple of people buy a lifetime membership for like something like 15 or 20 Joule. Yeah, just because the exponential curve was just off the charts. Silly.
Wow, right. So I just paid 30 Joule. I guess because I'm on Crystalville, it's in Crystal. I did 300 Joule, which is worth more. So it's just based off the dollar amount. So 300 Crystal is $54. That gives you 4.6 months.
Yep.
Okay, if you did like 500 Crystal, calculate, then it goes all the way up to 11
months. Yeah, see how it starts to go up. Yeah, better than linear. Yeah.
You go from $50 to $90. The $90 almost gives you a whole year, gives you over 11 months. The $50 gives you 4.5 months, or whatever that was. Okay, so it's easy peasy. Then you just connect your wallet, boom, done. Deposit. I'm already connected. Okay, so easy peasy. Okay, so
and you got your Discord handle in there too, also on that account page.
Yeah. Okay, do I need to do that?
It looks like you already have yours set.
Yeah. I think I did that when I was with you guys.
Yep.
Okay.
And so if you haven't set up your Discord handle yet, click the submit button. You will get a message in Discord, and that's what we use for the alert system.
Okay, that's for the Tavern alerts.
That's right.
Okay, and I have never even set that up yet because I'm just not looking to buy any heroes. But okay, I'm pretty sure I did. So if I came to the Tavern alerts, nice. Create a new alert. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So, I've been watching your videos, of course. Yeah. And what I did is I went out and created some Tavern alerts for pure miners. And so I want gold. I need gold now. I need gold later. I need gold all the time. So that's where it's at.
Gold is going to skyrocket, I think, too. Okay.
So what I did is I went out and set an alert for gold for miners. And what I went after is the dominant and the recessive both being mining. And so if your first hero has that dominant and recessive as mining, and your second hero has dominant and recessive as mining, you have about a 90% chance that the offspring is going to be a miner as well. So I went out and grabbed the cheapest Gen 1, 10 out of 10, quote unquote, pure miners. I found a pure warrior miner and a pure knight miner. Now, they were not pure in the primary class. They were only pure in the mining. The profession. And so here, as you kind of like scroll down this page, you can set all the different features in here
Wow.
for what you want to look at.
Okay, I just want Mythic Dark Knights.
Mythic Dark Knights.
So, okay.
Easy to do. Are there any Mythic Dark Knights?
There's like 2 or 3.
Okay.
I mean, not Dark Knights, Dread Knights.
Dread Knights.
Mythic Dread Knights, baby.
Yeah.
I have Mythic Dark Knights already. I want.
I have a Mythic Dark. That was my first Mythic. Was a Dark Knight.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay.
So you want to keep all your subclass checkboxes checked, because that
yes.
means you're willing to accept all of them. You don't care about profession, rarity.
Nope.
Well, yeah. So go back up to rarity.
Where was that? Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So yeah, unclick, common, uncommon, legendary.
Yeah. Beautiful. Actually, I'll put on legendary.
Might as well. You know, I mean,
because I want legendary Dread Knight as well. I got a rare. Okay. So then I hit create.
Yep.
Okay.
That's there.
Okay. And then I will get notified.
Now you will get notified on Discord. Hey, this showed up. It's listed. Now, what you can also do is, you're running this open-ended, which makes sense because who knows what the price on a Mythic Dread Knight is going to be. But if you are shopping with a budget in mind, you can also set your alert to have a max price on it. And so, it's, if you want to say, I only want to find heroes that are under 150 jewel or under 200 jewel, because that's the criteria that you're looking for, then you can set up that alert. Or something that I did when I was looking for a ninja, it's like I wanted a level 1 ninja that started with 16 agility or more.
Okay.
And so I knew that if they started with 16 agility or more at level 1, they had a fighting chance to become a real contender in the agility realm. I was listening to your video the other day about PvP, and you wanting to focus on those stats on a regular basis, get those crystals going.
Right.
And so, I think there's a lot of different ways that you can use the Tavern alerts. And like I said, recently I used it to just get me some strong miners. Yeah,
I love it. Okay, so there's Tavern alerts. That's easy, and it works very similar. The whole layout of that was very similar to how the hero matching is. And I did this, if you saw my summoning party videos, where we were summoning on Crystalville like crazy mad fools, being mad out of our mind, spending twice the money, baby, summoning for the birthday party. Oh yeah, that's what we do. Mindless. We are mindlessly and recklessly irresponsible with our money, aren't we, buddy? For DeFi Kingdoms. Okay, so and what I did on that video, it was just beautiful. So I could see my own. You can search your own wallet, right?
Yeah.
Or you can search what's actually in the tavern to buy or rent. Okay.
Yeah, it works as a nice. I was just kind of walking you through it earlier before we started recording. But for me, it's kind of a clever tavern search strategy as well.
Yeah.
And so whether you want to search for a pure hero to rent or to buy, you can really use this as a tavern search, which is a nice feature that people don't often think of. Is
that's right.
Like, I only want to do this when I'm matching, but you can really type in any hero number.
Yeah, just type in 1111. Okay.
Yeah. And the original intent behind this tool was to match like abilities. But if you keep your ability match at 0, you can type in any hero number, and then it just becomes a clever tavern search tool.
So what's phenomenal too about this search is that recessive 1 must match dominant. So
now that's a subclass though. So uncheck that one, and
up here, right there.
So now you're getting your pures. Yeah.
Okay. So this is your pures. If you want to buy a Gen 0, this is what we were just talking about before we started the video. Okay. And you want to search all the Gen 0s. Okay. Max generation. You just do 0. Boom. Look.
And then scroll back up. Instead of go for sale or rental. I think that radio button isn't quite working. It even shows like guys that are inside other people's wallets. And so go for sale. For sale. Okay. And then also make sure you click ignore summoning cooldown.
Oh yeah. Ignore summoning cooldown. Okay. So
now if you're renting and you're clicking the radio rent button, don't check that box, because you only want guys that are available to rent.
Right.
But when you're looking to buy a hero, you don't care if they're on a summoning cooldown. You'll wait a day.
Right. So you click here. Look at these guys. You got all these Gen 0s, and I think I just might buy this Archer before this thing goes live, guys. If you happen to see this video and you want to buy a Gen 0, and you actually go out there and you still see this thing out there, watch out, because I might be buying this thing before this video or as this video is going live. Okay.
I can't believe it's still there. It's been there for a few days now, and it's wild. It's an
Archer, and so what this means is this is not the subclass. Okay. The subclass is here. It's a Knight Archer.
It's the first recessive. Yeah. So it's a quote unquote pure.
Okay. So if you buy a purebred Archer and a purebred Thief,
you get about a 22% chance to get a Dark Knight every time you summon.
And
so pretty much 1 out of 5, you're getting a Dark Knight Gen 1.
Yeah, that's like gold money in the bank right there.
Yeah. Booyah. Especially if you're getting that mining, then you have a 50% chance of getting a miner pretty much.
Right.
Can't believe it's still there.
This thief is reasonable.
He's not bad because that's Crystal. So
Right.
yeah,
It's
that's
Crystal.
not bad.
Okay. So is this a paid service?
This is part of the paid service. Yeah.
Okay.
the
Which
hero
ones
matching.
are free? You got the hero data.
Hero data is free. Tavern alerts is paid. Hero matching is paid. Combat corner, I'm pretty sure is free.
Okay.
As is tavern data.
Well, no. Oh yeah. Tavern data.
Tavern data is, but
Okay.
market data is behind the paywall.
Right. So this is the one that everyone's been hyped on. This is what I use the most.
It's good.
It's a phenomenal tool. I've already been over this a million times. I don't think I need to hit on this any more than I already have. Other than booyah, look at this. Now that this isn't blank anymore on gold pet eggs. You know why? You know why? Because yours truly, baby. Making liquidity so y'all can arbitrage. So it's a win-win. So one thing too, I shared all this in the video, and then guess what happened? Oh, look at this. We got gold bean. Gold. I haven't seen anything get out of whack ever since my video posted. Like more than 5%. We got gold bean though right now at 8%. Let's go buy some gold bean, huh? Let's take a look at this. I mean, it goes fast. I get blown away. So this is just, it creates phenomenal arbitrage opportunities. So when you see here in this, I mean, this has been like the main topic of my last 3 videos practically.
Right.
Okay. And you see all these arbitrage opportunities. I literally just made tens of thousands of gold the other day when I was doing this. And then all of a sudden, I don't have these ARB opportunities anymore. Okay. So you can come here. When you see green, green means go to the trader and buy the item. Okay. So I think I've got a bunch of gold here. Okay. So 1 gold bean, and it's not 100 gold. Look, it's not, you can buy it for 90 gold. How about 10? Okay. We're still good. There's not a ton of liquidity for gold bean. If we buy 100, now the liquidity is not as good, but look, it's not 10,000 gold. It should be 10,000 gold. Instead, it's 9,600 gold. Boom. Purchase. How about that? So I'm going to make about 350 gold. Just that easy. Boom.
Just like that. That's a quest reward at least. A couple quests.
Yeah. I mean, money. And it's just that easy. So then just boom, go right to the vendor. I bought 100, bought 100 of those. So when we put in 100, it's just money. So that's 10,000 gold. So I just paid 9,658 gold to get 10,000 gold. That easy. Isn't that beautiful, buddy? Okay. So that's got everyone, that really caught everyone's attention. Now these ARB opportunities aren't really happening much anymore. Look, and then I'll refresh and look, it's going to be down. That's how awesome this tool is. It's like instant. Like you would think there might be a minute delay with the API. Sometimes there might be a little bit. Okay.
Neindorf's a wizard.
He's a wizard, Neindorf. Okay. So then, all right. So some people were upset with me. Like, hey, why are you sharing our secrets on here, baby? Get a little floater. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you just create liquidity, then you don't even got to worry about it. You just create liquidity for these items and you'll smash it. Okay. So check this out. Let's go look at some of my liquidity. So I just added some. Okay. But look at this. Just added this golden eggs. Okay. So now, you always want to be patient with liquidity. So what we just had happen to us, I think both of us, Raph, I think, was we kind of got burned a little bit on the liquidity.
I've gotten hit the last week or so. Yeah.
I got burned on some of my pools. Okay. Mm-hmm. But you're only burned if you're just looking at the 5 minutes in front of your face. Okay. So if you have a long-term approach to this, it's just going to be sweet.
Yeah.
It's going to be, but see, when you see drastic drops, so I had a bunch with Crystal, and Crystal was at 30 cents, 35 cents when I was doing some of their 28 cents, whatever, when I was doing the liquidity. Now Crystal's at 17 cents.
Getting hammered hard. It'll be hard to recover from that, but you got to stick with it for the long term.
Yeah. And okay, if you just think in terms of number of jewel versus number of items, okay, it's just going to net you all the fees. So I just did this today. Okay. And I got it. Okay. And I put in 34 golden eggs. And you know what? What's weird too? I almost wonder if they've changed it. So when you create pool, you know how we said to put the non-divisible items on the top? Mm-hmm. Okay. I wonder if it's now the bottom, because I've been getting whacked on that all of a sudden again.
Really?
I got whacked when I provided the liquidity for the eggs today. Just like I used to when you had them on the bottom.
That's strange.
Yeah. And I noticed that it's almost like it. So when you come here and if you instead do that, you come here and I click on this pool. Watch this. When I click manage and do create seeds, look what it does. Oh, interesting. Huh. It does have it on top here. I don't know, because earlier when I would hit create seeds, it would have, even though I initially created the pool with the golden eggs on top, and then I had the other item, I get whacked. Well, then I had more golden eggs to put in, and I did it again. It wanted me, it like flipped it, and it was wanting me to do it on the bottom. Maybe I could experiment with that. Anyways, okay, so anything that I've had in for any significant period of time, okay, so with the green eggs, last time when I had these in for about 3 weeks, okay, and I had put in, like I was adding to it some, so I think I had put in, I want to say I had put in less than 80 eggs, okay? I had put in maybe 79 green eggs, and I came out with 90 green eggs. And I actually I turned out, when it finally came back around, when I pulled it out, that I had more jewel also than when I initially put in. So I gained, but almost the same amount of jewel, same amount of jewel. And I gained, I had to be at least 9 or 10 eggs. I can't remember now. I mean, I actually probably have it written down on my old notes still. I think I actually wrote that down. Now that I think about it. Let me see. Okay. No, wrong. Anyways, I'll find that. I know I did write it. I think I moved it to a different page is what I did. Because I keep adding to it and I ran out of space on the page.
So I made a bank run today. With buying up some land. And so I had to pull out a few of my pools a little earlier than I usually like to do.
Yeah.
And let me throw this by you. Okay. So the mite stones.
Okay.
You can craft them right now in Serendale, but do you feel like the pool for these stones, you're better off having them over in Crystalville or in Serendale? Because in Serendale, that's where you're going to be selling them, but in Crystalville, that might be where you want to be buying them.
Yeah.
So that's something that I pulled that out, sitting on a whole bunch of lesser mites.
Okay.
Right now, I think I had like 40 or so, and I'm thinking about bridging them all over to Crystalville and doing it there.
Guess where I always go to look at these prices? Right here. Okay. Yeah. So I'm surprised. I think more people are onto this now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we were seeing this, like right now, we should be seeing those mite stones.
And gold must have come down because we're about ready to get the guy. Stonecarver's going to show up here, I think.
I think we still have close to a day, don't we? Okay, 23 hours. So tomorrow is oftentimes a day, or around right now
is when it's going to be highest usually, but it's not peaking right now.
Well, and I have noticed that people aren't summoning as much. So if you're trying to rent out your summons, like with a Gen 0, I actually summoned a Gen 0, a legendary Gen 0 that only had 5 summons. It had only been summoned 5 times. Okay, probably because of the reroll. And it was level 11. It's on my video last night. The cost to summon was 16 jewel.
Yeah, it's so
and
cheap.
The fee that they charged me was like 30 jewel.
Yeah.
It was the floor.
Yeah.
So, and it was just obvious. I was thinking about renting my summons instead of summoning because I have a bazillion heroes now. Okay, and I just noticed, well, I think, okay, once we have, and also like the Tavern prices for your level 10 floor heroes, the floor of the Tavern, okay, come to the agent, buy, and we do level 10, has just really come down. Why? Okay, I can answer, I think. So this was like 600 jewel just a few weeks ago. That was when contests were happening. And so when the contests come back, I think that'll be huge. Okay, but guess what's going up in the Tavern? Gen Zeros. Just straight. I mean, they're up $1,000. The floor Gen Zeros are up $1,000. If we do, if this thing works. I hate it when it does that. It's killing me.
Oh, it's
like where I can't get it to 0. Sometimes I can finagle it.
It's even worse on mobile.
Yeah. Okay, but this tool, this DFK Quester tool, is phenomenal as well. Okay, so Gen Zeros. Let's just clear the filter. And this will kind of tell you both sides. If it works. Sometimes it's just like stuck. Man. Okay. You can do it. You can do it. Shoot. Okay, so just a month ago, 6 weeks ago, the floor price of Gen Zeros was it got almost down to like $1,500, I think.
Wow, it's cheap.
$1,600. Okay, look at this. $2,800 is now the floor. Archer, Gardner. It's amazing. So, and there's only 63 total between both Crystalville and Serendale. So they're drying up. Also, what's prices that are going up is like mythic, advanced, elite heroes. Those prices have just skyrocketed. So it's just interesting to see when we have the PvP come, and there's all the anticipation for PvP. That's why those heroes are going. And I think it's just obvious that the Gen Zeros are like gold. They're going to be the most valuable heroes in the game. And the big dog PvP heroes.
Sitting on 3 of them, I sure hope so.
Yes. So, man. Okay. So anyways, this is phenomenal tool for all the arbitrage opportunities. It's still nice. Like, you still are making jewel. So I have a bunch of stones too. So the question is, if you provide liquidity, because I was debating this, if you provide liquidity, yes, you can just pull out when the stone cover comes out, or before the stone cover comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't decide which. So like I had to pull out for more just accessing those funds, but now I'm trying to think, where am I better off putting it back in? Is it Serendale or is it Crystalville?
Or Crystalville. Okay, that's a good thought too. Okay, because that is also in the market data here. If you just come to the DFK items and then you scroll down, okay, so where are those bad boys? The stones are on here. Yeah, okay, lesser. Okay, so here's Crystalville.
Because that's where all the buy-ins happening. It should be, right? But the green means it's a lesser price. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that because it's in crystal and the market just hasn't corrected? Or well, maybe that's because the market hasn't corrected because you can't bridge backwards.
Right, you can't bridge backwards. So they're cheaper. So you're better off buying
there
here, and then but when the stone cover comes out,
or eventually those prices are going to go up.
Oh yeah.
So start posting those liquidity pools now. Get into them now, because if the price only goes up, then that's when you really make your bank on a liquidity pool.
Right. Yeah. Okay. This is the discount.
Yeah. So maybe because you'll get, you'll have to put in less crystal per stone if you put into the liquidity pool here. And so this gets you a nice strong anchor price that should only go up, because people are going to be doing more summoning out of Crystalville, especially when there's a blackout period.
So the price, this is trader. Okay. So the trader on Crystalville. So what is this again? This is crafting on Serendale.
Oh, okay.
This is a crafting. So the only one that actually has liquidity currently on Crystalville is this Might Stone. And look, it's more. It's more. Because on Serendale, this is how much it is. 9.6 jewel. And I just saw that. If you want to buy it on the trader, it's 9.6 jewel. On Crystalville, if you want to buy that thing, it's 12.44 jewel. No, that's crystal. That's crystal. So that's $2.21 versus $2.30. So it is cheaper, slightly cheaper. But hey, here's where the opportunity is with these stones on Crystalville, is that there just isn't liquidity. People haven't created liquidity, or there hasn't been any trading, because as soon as the trading happens, the site registers it.
Yeah.
And so that's why, but regardless, any which way you go, we could send it. Looks like, no. Yeah, that's right. It's a bit cheaper on Crystalville. So any which way you go, though, by crafting the stones, you're making good money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Regardless. Okay. There's so many cool little opportunities if you catch them right. So even with this, like if you're questing right now, the questing is, you have to think about this for a second. Questing on Crystalville, I was thinking about this earlier, and you get Red Gill, for example, over there, or you get Red Leaf. Okay. You definitely want to sell everything pretty much in Crystalville on the decks with the trader, not with the vendor. Because the problem is this is like in gold. Okay. So when you actually look at the value, it's not reflecting right. The red, I think it's gold. It's reflecting gold. So gold value is like half the price, but you're saving money you're saving on the gas fees by questing in Crystalville. Then you can just look at the items. I mean, Silverfin, you get way more than just the gold price on the vendor.
Yeah, I see.
It's smashing. So you sell that bad boy with the trader, and especially the red gill, 47%, the red leaf, 44%, more money is what you're getting. Okay. And then not the iron scale and stuff, but even the bloater fish.
Even the bloaters.
So, and if you're good with being patient, I mean, you could just sell that right into crystal or jewel though. Right. You could sell it into gold or whatever you want on the trader. That's the thing. So it had me thinking earlier, like, man, I'm still questing on Serendale pretty much everything because of the added value with Swift Thistle, Shimmer Skin, and having the stone carvers there and doing all that. Okay. But real soon, I'm thinking within the next week, we're going to have a stone carver on Crystalville.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. I mean, and that will be a game changer. Like, look out with all the price. So that's why I bought up gold today on Crystalville. And really buying these, like, you don't want to go to the trader and buy these items. But if I have a bunch of liquidity provided for all that too. For
there most you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And so nice. If you just get those items and hold, when that stone carver comes out, boom, there's going to be parity, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so I just get on this. I just get on this tool and I just think out loud. And I'm just like, okay, all the different things you can potentially do to arbitrage. Like, okay, even today, guess what? I was on this tool. Forgot to mention this. Okay, in the potion section. Okay, with the alchemy receipts. I was on this tool and I noticed I'm scrolling, looking at these potions, and I did a little arbitrage, wasn't anything much, but some of them were kind of off. But then I'm scrolling and I noticed, look at the market on this guy was 1 jewel for the swiftness potion. 1 jewel to buy on the trader.
Yeah. So you picked them up.
And guess what it is? It's still reflecting 3.6. You know what? I bet that's changed because then I bought like 10 of them and I drove the price all the way back up to 5. Okay. Then I provided liquidity for those. So let's just see where it's at. If it's actually still at the 3 swift, okay, the swiftness potion, and then buying it in jewel. Okay, it is lower still. Why not? Okay, and so then I'm providing liquidity, and it creates the ARB opportunities. And when you're just aware of it, it creates ARB opportunities. And so by providing liquidity, because there's not much liquidity.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got dinged on this today.
Man, you're using this more than we are.
I know.
I love it.
I'm like living on this thing. I actually put in 10, but it's at 9. I put in that exact amount of jewel, I think. So it's like, dang it, I'm getting hit on this on the liquidity again.
Well, because you just bought the one and you only gained the 2.
Well, earlier, this is from earlier. I put in 10. I put in 10 and I think the 42. Let me see. Look at that. Where you at? I got all these pages of notes. Okay. Yeah, 42.5. Yep. I put in 10 and 42.5. So no one's traded. That's still pending. I'm fighting with the bots here. Got the bot. How's Difky going? I've been having a lot of people asking me about bots too. I know you use Difky.
Oh yeah, I love Difky.
Difky's like phenomenal, can do everything. Right?
Yeah, I've been using it for 3 months now. For all my questing, and I mean it makes life a lot easier. You actually have time to do things like what you're describing with looking for ARB opportunities or
in your Gen Zeros, right?
Yeah. What's that? Am I botting my 10 zeros? Yeah.
And it'll auto summon those. Right?
Oh, I'm not auto summoning them. No, okay, I like to hold on to that. I'm not ready to give up that. That's fun for me.
I know, right? But it has the capability. So I had a guy today hit me up and he said, "Hey, you want to go in on a business together?" He says, he hits me up and he's like, "I'm going to be busy. I'm not very familiar with the game, but I have like 20 heroes. I believe in the game and I have about 100 grand I want to invest in Gen Zeros." And so I'm like, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but I'm like, you probably don't I can just help you. Let me just help you. And I showed him this tool, your tool, he already knew about the tool on how to look up the Gen Zeros in the Tavern, and and also, but I didn't even realize it had that check. But what's a game changer is in this tool. Okay, it's hero matching. Yeah. Is the recessive one must match. This checkbox is a game changer. I didn't know that was there.
Go get those pures.
It's phenomenal. Okay, we could keep going for hours.
I'm running out of steam here. It's
I know.
Yeah, it's 12:30 my time.
I know it's 12:30 my time. I thought you were. Oh, where do you live?
Central. We live in Iowa, Nine.
You're Iowa.
Yeah.
Why did I think you were like in Seattle or something?
Oh, I don't know.
I live south of St. Louis, baby.
Oh, all right.
Cape Girardeau area, Missouri.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else? Pet. I know some of this is still. Wow. There's even pet data. He keeps developing more things.
It's hard to keep up.
I know, right? So you got you can look at your inventory per address now. He just added that. Man, I just love the market data one. I'm in love with this tool. Like, you guys are freaking brilliant. Have new people been signing up lately? That was another question.
Yeah. We've been getting a nice steady stream. I appreciate the
shout
outs for sure.
Like, I want to bring you guys some money to motivate you guys to develop, baby. We got to love on these developers, people. We got to love on the developers of this game. The more the developers are developing, that means more stuff we can do, more bennies, baby, more money to be made. When there's more stuff we can do, we got to love on the devs. Look, fork out 300 crystal, 3 or 500.
And we want to know what people want to see too, because I feel like the best things here are, like, we've solved problems, whether it's for ourselves or for other community members, and the ideas that they've had. So yeah, drop us a comment, join our Discord, and Neindorf actually, he runs every like 2 weeks. He'll post hey, what does the community want as the priorities for the next set of development items? And yeah, we listen to the feedback all the time. Yes. So yeah, let us know.
Phenomenal. Like, Neindorf is my freaking hero. You know it?
Oh, mine too.
So here's what I want to do next video, next time. I mean, I want to do a whole bunch more videos. But so first, real quick, 300 Joule is $71. Okay, or 500 crystal, I think, was like $90. So the difference here, $71 will get you 7 months paid up. $90 gets you 11 months paid up. For $90, this tool, you're blessing Raph and Neindorf. They're going to keep developing. They're going to keep working their magic, okay, in this game, which is just going to help everyone. Everyone wins. You pay it, and look, you could, if you paid 3,000 freaking Joule, what is that? That's 43. No, that's 4,300 months. That's like for the rest of your life.
Yep.
That's $700.
You got to really like us.
Yeah. I mean, if you did 1,000 Joule, okay, that's 126 months. What is that? Like 10 years?
It's a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 10 years paid up for $237.
Yeah.
So it's just phenomenal. Okay. So look, 500 Joule, which is $118, 19.3 months. Okay. That means you're helping Neindorf and Raph with this project so they can develop more. They actually that gives them incentive to develop. So
much appreciated. And we're trying to keep pace with everything that the DeFi Kingdoms team is doing too. So as new features drop, we want to be right there. And so we're hoping to get more of an actual early in. And so if you like the content you see, Bug, Bolon, Bug, Sunbear, and we've even asked, because we do this as hobbyists, and so like these fees go to just keeping a server online. Because we don't have that running in our basement yet. Neindorf's working on that. It's something that we've actually talked to them about, like, what would it take if we could be a part of like early access development, so we could build in parallel with some of the features that are coming out. And Frisky Fox straight up told us, he said, if there are enough community members that support this, whether it's put up to a vote or whether you guys get blessed by the community, so that's something we're kind of working towards. Is we would love to be in that position that when the next set of pets releases, we have all the data night one, everyone is ready to go. So we really hope that these tools are useful for you. Thank you for all the support, both you, Crypto Grady, and all your listeners out there.
Yes, I love it. And the Tavern alerts will be fun to get. I haven't even set that up until just now, and it was that easy. You saw how easy it was.
Yeah.
So anytime a mythic or legendary Dread Knight gets listed, boom, I'm going to get notified on Discord. Okay, and I'm going to set it up because I want a mythic Dragoon. I'm going to set that up. Okay, so all these different benefits. the arbitrage benefits, all the other things they're working on. So just imagine if enough people get into this game, and just imagine if Neindorf and Raph didn't have to have a job anymore because they could fully focus on these things. This is like a side gig, side hustle. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're providing these awesome tools. It's phenomenal. Okay. It's also Fight Club. Is that you guys?
Yeah, I have to give, the development credit goes all to the guy's name is Joseph. We jokingly call him Brad Pitt because of the movie Fight Club.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the Brad Pitt of Fight Club. So he is right now, he's got his head down in the lab developing PvE. So, our teaser there, and then I'd love to dive into a full video on this, but our teaser there is PvE is going to be players taking their heroes and fighting against pets. And the pets will be other users in the Fight Club community will post their team of 3 pets. Now here's the really fun part is we're going to get integrated with the raffle ticket system. And the way that we have it worked out right now is you will get the same winning benefit for raffle tickets in duels right now. All right. And then here's where this, you're going to absolutely love this. It's going to blow your mind. You ready for this? All right. So
you got my son's attention on this one.
So the people who post their team of pets,
all
right. So every time that they are the environment, they are the E in the PvE that you're playing against.
Okay.
And we're going to come up with Joseph is going to come up with an algorithm that, chooses, and at first it's going to be random, and then it's going to eventually be a tier-based system. And so you're going to, occasionally your team will be selected for other people to fight against. Now, when they say, I want to go fight, they put in 10 jewel, approximately what you put in for a duel right now. And if you win, you get an equivalent number of raffle tickets that spit out. If you lose, the team that posted the pets, they get the raffle tickets. And so it can become a passive income generator, and it should incentivize our community to put forth a strong team of pets, because every time your team of pets lose, you don't even have to do anything. You just post your team of BA pets that are just slaying out there. You post them up on the Discord channel. That's all you have to do. You sit back, collect the income.
That's phenomenal. And so are you guys helping with that project, or is Neindorf helping developing?
We've been helping, right? Neindorf and I have been helping with the kind of coordinating with the DeFi Kingdoms team. And so we've been using some of our...
You actually met with Frisky Fox on that, I remember.
Yeah, we did. And so we're trying to, I mean, this is kind of my job in the in the ecosystem is I'm shilling for Joseph. So come check out DeFi Kingdoms Fight Club. I'm sure we'll drop a link in the YouTube video. Check it out. Look at what he's listing. He also now has a feature for wagering, and so you can battle other people for jewel right now.
Really?
And
so it's already going. Yeah,
it's already going. Yeah.
They said they're already doing tournaments.
Yeah, we have a tournament coming up next weekend.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. When can we do another video? We're just going to do a Fight Club video.
We're going to have to do, it's going to have to be this week if we have a tournament coming this weekend. Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Let's do it.
Late.
I
love you. What were you going to ask? You got his attention on this Fight Club.
I was going to say the cool pet dad, like Wendigo.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I want a Wendigo. We need a pet Wendigo. We got to give the devs a shout out on that one. He always talks about the Wendigo. Okay. Raph, it's amazing.
That's got to be a gold pet egg, right?
Yes. Hey, and I got a bunch of gold pet eggs, baby. I love it. Okay. I love you. Shout out until tomorrow. We're doing this. We're going to do a Fight Club video tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Yes. Okay. Love you, man. Which, if you're listening, it means it's today. We're doing a Fight Club video today. If you're listening. Right. Love you. Okay, man.
Have a good night.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.